So welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd do a video on what I carry in my camera bag. Now I haven't done one of these, I don't think, for a very, very long time. And this isn't going to be massively in-depth. I'm going to go through what I carry on a daily basis when I'm out, so I'm not too far away from home, not too far from the car. And I'll also include a lot of stuff which I take out if I'm further afield, if I'm out in the wilderness, trekking around, and I take additional kit with me. And I'll also cover some safety aspects as well while I'm here in Canada. Obviously, a lot of the mammal species here can be quite dangerous if approached, and you don't use the correct protocols associated with bear, wolf, moose, etc. I've got various bits of equipment there as well that will help me hopefully evade those predators and move away safely. This, which is a solar charger. Now I've had this for quite some years now. It's, as you can see there, it folds out and it's a solar charger. It's got a few little additional USBs there. I've got 3 in total. These are all USB 3s. You just unplug those. You can have an adapter for your USB-C, etc. Plug off those, put that in sunlight, and it can work when it's not direct sun. It will trickle charge. Obviously, the more of these you use, the less likely it'll charge that quick for each individual item. But a really, really good bit of kit. You've got carabiners there as well. You can put that on the back of your backpack when you're trekking along, put it against a tree, on the hide, whatever. Really, really good bit of kit. But I don't carry this day to day. This is one of those things that I only use if I'm out trekking a great distance. So a really good RAV power solar charger there. Okay, another safety aspect I carry as well whilst out, especially here in Canada, not so much in the UK, is a bear bell. Really good bits of kit there. When you're operating and stuff in remote locations, sometimes it is good to have that indicator there. So as a wildlife photographer, you don't want to be going around with a bell ringing all the time because you're announcing your presence, you're scaring all the wildlife away. I do carry one just in case if I need it, but I very rarely would use that out trekking whilst doing photography, but I always carry it just in case. Next thing, which is kind of essential, is a bear horn. These are really, really good, and it's not really meant for using last minute. This is meant to be used if you're moving into a wide area, again, as a deterrent. I mean, if you're not talking, you're on your own, bear can't pick up any sound, then you'd blast this and then they'd move away. I've got it just in case. You can use it at the last moments if bears are in the area and they come towards you. You can honk the horn if you want and off they go. It's good to have it. I'd rather have it in my bag than not, but I don't carry that all the time either. So I've got a bear spray as well, which I'll only carry if I really need to, and if I'm in a heavily populated bear area. It always stays with me on my belt as well if I need it. So even in Gatineau, people carry bear spray over there. It's not always legal to carry bear spray. You have to check the provinces you're in. I think it's illegal to carry bear spray in Ontario. I'm not sure. I think that is true, and I think you're allowed to carry it in Quebec. So I've got it just in case. Nothing to carry. I don't carry it all the time. Is some hand warmers. These are superb. At the moment, the temperature, it's snowing outside, and it's -20 out there today, and that's not including the wind chill. So these are great to have in your pocket, just to keep those hands warm. Next item I've got here. This is a survival kit. So this is made up by me. This is full of goodies, and I'll put a little breakdown of list of what I carry. Needless to say, there's lots of stuff in here. I've got foil blankets, I've got birch bark, I've got water, I've got aids to location, I've got knife, a small knife, I've got lots and lots of glucose sweets, lots of pastes, peanut butter, all that sort of stuff, just in case I, put myself in a position where I've gone down, hurt myself, and I need some food and water. So I've got water pouches in there as well. This is an old valise. Now I don't carry this when I go out generally. This is only if I'm out trekking in the wilderness or if I'm traveling anywhere in the car. It always comes with me. So it's in a nice valise. It's actually quite weighty as well. So that is considerable weight there. So I don't really want to be carrying that all the time. Okay, another thing there I've got is a little bag. So a little bag full of cables, which I carry with me just in case. Don't always take these, all dependent on where I'm going. Just keep them in a little net bag there. And there's a few carabiners in there as well to attach to the solar if I need it. Essential, but don't always take with me either. It depends where I'm going. A good old blower brush, lens cleaning cloth, got a brush there, some wipes, I've got a Selvit cloth there, and I've also got some lens cleaning fluid as well. I don't always take this, but I do take a cleaning cloth if I need it. Most of my lenses, except my primes, have got a protective filter on the front, so if I do need to wipe them, I can just blow them the dust off and then just give them a wipe. And if I do accidentally scratch the lens, then it'll only scratch the protective cover on the front. So that could be a circular polarizer, neutral density, or it could just be a protective filter. It's another thing I do carry. This is my DJI vlogging cam. This is all kept in this nice little valise here, and that goes with me when I'm out vlogging. Nice little compact outfit there. That really, really helps. As I said, not all those bits of kit there I take with me. This is only just some of the kit in worst case scenarios. If I'm traveling light, it's generally my lenses, camera bodies, batteries, and I usually take, and these are really essential, so I've got two of these, and these are portable batteries. So these are really, really good. So I'll take a charger with me for the camera batteries and my mobile phone. I can plug into the USBs there. So you've got USB 3, you've got USB 2, you've also got some other micro connectors there as well for different battery chargers, etc. These are really, really good. These power banks, absolutely essential. And also I do use those quite a lot, especially when the climate is as cold as it is now, and those batteries do drain a lot quicker. Solar unit there, obviously, if I'm out, I could use that, but the trickle charging is very slow. You have to have good sunlight. It's not really the ideal thing to take with you, but they do get you out of a bit of a pinch. But as I said, on a daily shoot, camera bodies, lenses, lens cleaning cloth, water, food, etc., protection gloves, and all that sort of stuff. But generally, you know, I pack as light as I possibly can. So guys, with my camera bodies themselves, if they're not fitted, or if they are fitted to lenses in my bag, I've got lens pouches there. This is for a large Pro Body DSLR, and this is for a smaller. This is for the R7. This will be for the 1DX 1, 2, or 3, or the R3, and they're really, really handy just to keep your kit protected, keep things nice and warm in there. Ideal, not that expensive, but really, really good bits of kit to have. Also, if I'm out, and if I'm out sort of early morning or evening, I always take a nice petrol torch with me. Just 3 little AAA batteries there. That's there just in case. Plus, it's got an infrared mode on it as well, so I don't have to blind anything, and it can still see where I'm going. So the climate's in at the moment, it is quite cold, and I've got a pair of Vallerret inner gloves here. Now I use these, just pop these on when I'm out, because I've got the ability there with the fingers. And if it gets really, really cold, then I can just put the Vallerret gloves over the top. Now these are the new LRS Skadi zipper mitts. These are new ones from Vallerret, and these are absolutely fantastic. You've got little wristlets there to keep them around your wrists, so you take them off, you can drop them down, they're still attached. Really, really good. I mean, at the end of the day, protection of yourself in the elements is vital. I did do a video on shooting in the snow with some tips there as well, and what equipment would be good to take with you to keep yourself protected. But gloves are essential, really, really are. And I've got also, because these environments I'm in at the moment, it's very, very cold. With that wind chill, minus 25, minus 30, I've got a pair here of heat warming gloves. It's got a battery inside with a charger. You select the button there, red light comes on, you've got different modes, and you can keep your hands lovely and toasty. And I think down to about minus 40 these work, and I'll get about 1 to 2 hours at minus 40. And these are amazing. Really, really, really good. Loads and loads of companies out there do these gloves, and I've started to wear these more and more often now. When I'm standing around in a field, in a woodland, and my hands are dropping off, you stick those on, you can shoot all day quite happily, and you can charge it up with the batteries that you carry with you. So when the gloves run down, you put your other pair of gloves on, then you got these and they're charging up and you can use them again. So really, really good. So this is a hydration sack, and this is in an f-stop valise. This is in case the bag inside leaks and you don't want it to leak all over your kit. It's not a good thing. Inside I've got a 2-litre bladder there. That'll fit to my photo backpack, and I'll just route the tube through the top for the hydration hole, and then clip it to my front strap, and I've got water when I'm on the go. Really, really good that, and that's really only needed if you're in a warm environment and a cold environment, and if you're trekking a certain distance. I won't always carry this. I'll have a little SIG bottle of water, and I'll use that if needed. Hat, vitally important. Colder climbs. My good old faithful Vallerret beanie, which I go everywhere with me, as you probably see in many of my videos. If I'm not wearing a cap in the summer, I'm wearing this in the winter. Another bit of kit. This is a snud or a head over balaclava. You can stick this on. It can double up as a hat as well if you want on your head. So you can double it up, tuck it down the back and use it as a hat, or bring it all the way down over the front, bring it up around your face, protect you from the wind and the wind chill. I usually double this over because at the moment that single part there is just not good enough. It's absolutely freezing at the moment. So another thing that I'll always carry. I carry a knife in my survival pack, and this is a belt-on knife. This is a SOG Special Forces knife that I've had when I was in the military, and this is an excellent knife, and I'll take that obviously if I'm out. Generally, if I'm out sort of trekking a certain distance, got to be careful carrying a big knife. It's not a lock knife, it's a fixed blade knife, and that's probably illegal in many places, so you wouldn't want to go walking around in the public with this, but I do carry it on my rucksack sometimes if I forget to take it off. But a really good thing to have, gets you out of a bind if you need to makeshift a shelter, etc. I've got a poncho inside my survival pack with cordage, and I can set a makeshift shelter there if I needed to. Smaller knife, got a little Gerber here, which usually goes with me in my bag. Lock knife, again, probably illegal, so you've got to be careful there. So always good to have a knife with you. Like I say, not in general public. And a very important bit of kit, actually, that I do carry is this. It's in a little mic case, but this is full of Allen keys and screws and lots of other little goodies in there. Now, this really does get you out of a bind. If you're out in the field and you're screwing the base of your camera to a tripod head or a lens foot or something along those lines, you've got some fit, some cage to go around your camera, and it all works loose, etc. It's great to have the Allen keys here so you can tighten everything up and it keeps you shooting rather than trying to do it with your fingers when it's freezing cold. So I've got a little pouch there with lots of goodies in, spare screws, etc. So there are some of the things that I do carry that you probably ordinarily think of. I don't take all that kit with me on every single shoot. It really is just down to choosing what you need on the day. Fine day outside, sunny, ideal, go out, backpack, bit of food, drink, your batteries are all charged up, travel as light as you can, off you go. Brilliant. You know, you don't really need to take all that kit, but that's kind of like the extremes there. But that's some of the things I do carry with me when I'm out on a shoot. I'm just going to go through now, just lastly, really, about what kind of kit I use on a day-to-day basis. We're talking lenses and we're talking camera bodies, which I think most of you know pretty much what I already use. So guys, a lot of you have been following me for quite a while and you already know what sort of kit I use, but I just thought I'd run over it very, very quickly, as quick as I can. I primarily shoot with a full frame Canon R3, which is my go-to camera really. It's got great video capability, great frames per second, 30 frames, up to 6K video, in-body stabilization, lens stabilization as well, perfect for video work, great in low light, great for sensitive subjects, an all-round absolute beast of a camera, and I absolutely love it. It's very lightweight too. As many of you have seen, I do use the DX bodies as well, so I'd use probably the DX2 and the DX3. I've got the 1DX bodies as well, but I'd probably use the DX3 as well as this one if I'm going away anywhere as a backup in case this one failed, which is probably likely never going to happen. So an absolutely beautiful camera there with a good battery power, although not as good as the DX series. I've also got the Canon R7, which I use a cropped camera, 1.6 crop, which is great, very fast frames per second, not very good buffer, so it will lock out, but I shoot in C RAW, lightweight, 2 SD cards in the side, a really, really good camera, shoots 4K 60 video, doesn't do 4K slow-mo, will do full HD, but I'll use this if I need that extra crop. If I've got two cameras going, I can use this one with another lens and shoot away from the tripod mounted lens. I've got a big prime lens and I can have two cameras on the go. But a really, really good camera, very, very good files, and in good conditions, that is. In low light, not so good, but I believe there is a firmware coming out, which is going to make this camera a great low light performer, but we'll yet to see that from Canon. Another essential item in the wildlife photographer's camera bag is teleconverters. Now, I don't use these as much as I probably should. This is a 2x teleconverter Mark III, and this is a 1.4 teleconverter Mark III. I'd use this one with the 500 f4 Mark II more often than I would use this one. So at this, you're increasing your focal length by 1.4, and this, you're just doubling the 500 to 1000 mil. You will lose 2 stops of light, and you do get slightly soft images. I've not really used this as much as I wanted to, and I really do need to try it to see what I can get away with. But these are essential, and I pretty much carry this all the time, and I don't really carry this. If I'm going away from home, I will take it with me just in case. And if you're using EF glass on RF bodies, you need your EF RF converter there. And this is the one with the knurled handle on, which is the control ring mount adapter. So that's the control ring there, which gives you the functionality of RF lenses on EF lenses. And I like this, it's just a little fraction more expensive, but I've got a couple of these in case I'm working with 2 EF lenses on those bodies. That's some of the bits that I use there. Going into the actual mainstay of my kit, really, here we've got a Canon 100 to 500 up f7.1. This is a great lens, absolutely fantastic autofocus, fantastic IS, very, very good. Even in low light, it's an absolutely awesome lens. This is probably the lens I use most of. I just clip it onto my front cotton carrier G3 harness and off I go. This will deliver in the majority of shooting situations that I need it for. An absolute beauty, and I love this lens, it's great. Really, really good. If I'm out all day and I'm working in sort of a forest environment, hill environment, I'm not going too far, this lens here, this is the Canon EF 200 to 400 with a built-in 1.4 tele. This camera is amazing for video work. It gives you a focal length range from 200 to 560 millimeter. You can take this out all day and shoot with it. And there's another video I've done on the 200 to 400. It's a great lens. It's not too heavy. I can hand hold it with a body, even with the DX bodies. It's fantastic. 3 stops of image stabilization. A lovely, lovely lens. You can just click that teleconverter in if you need it to give you that extra reach. But when you're doing video work, large mammal coming towards you, you know, shooting between 200 and 560 is amazing. Yes, the 100 to 500 there is a good lens, but you're shooting at f4 at 200 and 400 on this. And when you bump in the teleconverter, you're shooting at f5.6. So a really, really good lens. Again, another lens I use an awful lot is my Canon EF 500mm Mark II. This is an absolute cracking lens. Without a teleconverter, as sharp as. With a 1.4, it's sharp as. With the 2x, not tried it, but I will do. But I shoot with this if I'm doing work from hide, work from a blind, you know, if I know I'm out after a particular subject, setting myself a distance to where I know the subject's going to be, this will go with me. And I'll just pop a teleconverter on if needed. Like I say, I need to try the 2x on this to see what we can get away with. But the AF performance is reduced. The images are slightly softer. You don't get away with as much as you do with a 1.4. With a 1.4, sometimes you don't even notice a difference. And that gives you that extra focal range, but a really, really good lens to have. So guys, another lens I use, but not that often, is the RF 70 to 200 f4. This is a lovely, lovely compact lens. 70 to 200 on the R7 gives you that reach there, and it really is a lovely, lovely combo. I went for the f4 over the 2.8 because I was told there's very little difference in it and the weight saving is quite significant. But that's a lovely lens and great for like landscape work, mammals in the environment, anything like that, doing some landscape photography as well. It's a really, really good lens and I absolutely love that one. It's a beauty. And last but not least is my landscape lens, really. This is my 16 to 35 f4 IS, a great lens. I only purchased this last year. I had the 17 to 40 before, but the optics are so much better with this lens as opposed to the 17 to 40 f4, which is a very old lens, a very good lens, but decided to get this for more landscape work whilst I was here in Canada. They obviously all come with lens hoods, etc. as well, but just for illustration purposes today, just the bare essential bits of the cameras there and the lenses. Also guys, as well, I've got these little battery pouches. So pop the batteries in there. They're good just to keep your batteries together. These are by Lenscope. They're really, really good. Nice little snug fit there. Slide them in, fasten them down. This is a double version there. And this is the LPE19 for the R3 and the 1DXs. They just pop in there. And it just keeps them nice and protected and out of the way, really, rather than batteries clanging around and banging in your bag, scratching your kit, etc. They've got little poppers there so you can clip them together. You've got a belt loop, you can put them around your belt buckles, etc. if you needed to. Little Velcro fastener on top. So that's pretty much it, guys, to be honest. Last but not least, I do take occasionally some trail cams. So trail cams are an ideal bit of kit for the wildlife photographer to put up, just to cut down that work in the field and that recce work at night, seeing what subjects are around, things are in that area, times, dates, etc. But you've got to make sure that you're doing it on private land or an area where you've got permission to use them, because you're not really allowed to leave these in situ in public places due to privacy issues, and obviously for them getting pinched as well, because they get pinched and you could get in a bit of trouble with that. So you just got to be careful. But I do take these and use these Browning HP4 and HP5 exclusively. But yeah, so that's really, I don't think anything else to cover really. As I said before, I do protect my lenses with lens filters and protectors as well, just to keep the front elements of that lens in pristine condition. A lot of people say, why would you put a cheap bit of glass in front of a high optic lens? And it's like, well, the actual filters I've got are very expensive. They are great bits of glass, and I notice very little image degradation in having a filter fitted. On the primes I don't, because you can't get an element that big. I have drop-in filters, 52mm thread, which I put in circular polarizers and stuff if I need it. But as far as the front lens element goes, I have no protector on there, but you've got sufficient distance, especially with that large lens hood on the front. I just wanted to go through some of the kit I carry in my camera bag. As I said, everyday use. I don't take half as much kit as I've just gone through. But if I'm out in extremes or I'm out going away for a while, I'll pack everything and then take what I need on the day and suit it to the environment I am in. I forgot to say, guys, in my survival kit, I've also got some basic first aid in there as well, if needed. Bandages, plasters, and a bit of antiseptic stuff in there as well, if needed. So that's always a good thing to take. There's so much else you can probably cover here, which I've probably not included. But as it stands, I have a good, robust bag. All my bags are from f-stop. As an f-stop ambassador, I fully endorse and fully promote f-stop bags. They are fantastic. They're hard wearing. They just absolutely protect your kit. They're lightweight. They're superb. I love the component system you've got. You just take the camera in and out. You put in different individual camera compartments in there, suited to all the kit you've got of the day. They're absolutely fantastic. I've got a few other bags. I've got a low pro lens tracker, which is when I put my big prime lens in, I can strap a tripod to the side and off I go out for the day with just one lens. And I can probably put the 200 to 400 in there as well. Also carry a tripod, different types of tripods for different types of situations, smaller tripods for smaller zooms and landscape, and then obviously larger tripods with larger heads, etc., gimbals and video heads, etc. But the list goes on and on. I hope you find that useful for me, guys. You know, it's nice just to let you know what I carry inside my camera bag. Like I said, if you've got any questions, please leave them in the vlog description below. And thanks to you all for those that have joined my members only area on YouTube. Fantastic. I think I've got over a dozen now, people. I hope you've found that fairly useful there. And if you think I've missed anything or you can recommend anything that I should take with me, please let me know in the vlog description. But from me, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
As it happens, there's a time and a place where you turn and touch my face each morning. As you awaken, I wanna stay right here. 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 I wanna hold you near. I wanna stay